So let me just you start with an example. When my daughter was 12 years old, she was a tiny little thing, barely 5 feet tall, and she was testing for her black belt in karate. And she was testing with these hulking, adolescent boys. That was the only way I could put it. And her sensei, who was a 10th degree black belt, so a pretty strong and scary looking guy in his own right, marches up to my daughter and says to her, "Get your butterflies flying in formation." And I thought, oh my God, you're brilliant. Because energy, arousal, determination, anxiety, cortisol is not a stress hormone. Cortisol is a hormone that's released into your bloodstream when your brain believes that you have a big metabolic outlay that is about to happen. So that is actually what stress is. Stress is just a big metabolic outlay that your brain is preparing you for big metabolic outlay. It can be good stress or bad stress, depending on, what the metabolic outlay is for and whether or not you repay what you've spent, but, the resources that you've spent. But basically he was telling her to reframe her, jittery arousal to be energy and determination instead of anxiety. And in fact, there's an entire program of treatment designed to help people, for example, who have test anxiety in exactly this way. So here's what I'll say. Your brain is constantly attempting to regulate your body, and your body is sending information back to your brain about the sensory state of the body. And you and I are not wired to experience every little sensation every little sensory change in the body. What evolution has fashioned us with is a vague sense of what's going on in our body, plus feeling pleasant, feeling unpleasant, feeling worked up, feeling calm, feeling, comfortable, uncomfortable. This is basically like a barometer of, whether things are copacetic or kind of problematic in the body. And scientists call this affect with an A, and the average person would call it mood. So your brain is always regulating your body, and your body's always sending sense data back to your brain. So your brain is always computing affective features of experience. They're properties of consciousness. They're always with you all the time. Sometimes they're in the foreground, sometimes they're in the background, but they're always there. You sometimes, however, will make an emotion. So that's important to understand. Sometimes you don't want to make an emotion. Sometimes you want to try to experience, you would say to experience the sensations directly, unencumbered by concepts. I would say, when we can't construct a concept to categorize sense data, we are experientially blind. That's what philosophers call it, right? Experiential blindness. And really, mindfulness meditation is designed to try to, in its essence, right? It's trying to cultivate experiential blindness in us. That's what we're trying to do, to experience sensations directly without being encumbered by the concepts that we use to make